What's up, Gear Mortals? Trey Xavier here. On today's edition of Gear Gods Quality Control, we're going to be taking a look at the Nobels ODR-1 Overdrive pedal plugin from Lancaster Audio. I'm also going to be giving away the ODR-1 pedal to 5 lucky Gear Mortals. There's a link in the description where you can sign up to win. Good luck. Nobels is a German pedal manufacturer who set out to make something very different from the most popular overdrive pedal of all time, which of course is the Tube Screamer. The Tube Screamer, of course, a very mid-boost type of overdrive. A lot of people don't like that. They like the sound of their amp. They just want more of it. They want more drive and just a little bit more juice out of it. And thus was born the ODR-1, a transparent overdrive pedal that doesn't mess with the mid-range of your sound. And then as soon as it hit the sort of Nashville session player crowd, it was an enormous hit. And I like to think that that conversation went down something like this. Hello there, Mr. Nashville session guitar player man. I am from the Nobels Pedal Company, and we have something we think you might find very sexy and boom boom. Would you like to try it? Yeah, man, let me take a dang old rip on it. I like it. I'd like to apologize to all my friends from both Germany and the American South for that one. So now along comes Lancaster Audio with the official plugin version. We're gonna try it out today in a couple different scenarios. First, I'm gonna try it going into a clean amp so that you can hear the drive and all the different distortion sounds we can get out of it. And then I'm gonna try boosting a high gain amp with it. For my clean tone today, we're gonna be going into the Neural DSP Archetype Pliny plugin, clean channel, everything at noon, a little bit of reverb, sounds like this. So now we're gonna turn on the ODR-1. That's with the drive and the spectrum at noon. Can we real quick just marvel at how photorealistic, perfect, and beautiful this plugin looks? That doesn't make it sound any better, but whatever. It's easy on the eyes. We've got 3 basic knobs on here: drive, spectrum, level. The spectrum knob is like a really unique tone knob. It doesn't touch the mid-range at all. It doesn't affect the mid-range of your tone in any way. What it does is, as you turn it to the right, it turns up the bass and treble simultaneously. All right, let's turn the drive all the way down to start. Yeah. Just a little scotcheroo. Starting to get into rock and roll sounds. All the way. So that's not like what you might call super heavy, but sounds really good. All right, let's try it with the spectrum knob all the way down. And then take it to 3. And here it is back at the middle. And then crank it up a bit. And then all the way. Ooh, I'm peaking some stuff. I'm gonna turn the level down to compensate, because now we're getting a lot more output. Once again, this is the tone that we're actually starting with. Here it is with it on again. It's just more of the same and more gain. All right, I'm gonna crank the drive all the way up in front of this clean amp and see what we can get out of it in terms of leads. Not a whole hell of a lot of drive just on the face of it, but this pedal has a secret. A couple secrets, actually. One of them is that you can mess with the voltage. If you're into pedals, then you know that voltage can drastically affect the way that your pedal sounds, specifically as it relates to headroom. So we can change the voltage from 9, which is the typical one, all the way up to 18 and all the way down to 5. So if we go all the way up to 18, it's actually going to be less driven because it's more headroom. And then if we take it below 9, we're actually going to get more gain because or more drive because there's less headroom. Still not what you might call high gain, but it's definitely more. So if we go back to 9, and then we have this other thing called tolerance modeling that allows you to be kinder to people who are different from you. I'm just kidding. I wish it would do that because some people really need it. But what it actually does is it randomizes the tolerances of some of the different digital components of the pedal so that you get just a different sound. Like, check this out. Slightly different sound. Not slightly different, pretty drastically different actually. This is like a thing that just happens when you make pedals. You get, 10,000 capacitors that are the same, but aren't quite the same, and so every pedal coming off the line sounds slightly different. These are things that I don't think I've ever seen on any other pedal plugin anywhere. The last cool feature of this pedal is the bass cut. Now, I know that we talked about this being a transparent pedal that doesn't change your tone, but having a bass cut feature is really handy because it cuts all the bass after 80 hertz, where there's a lot of mud and crap, and it's actually gonna clean up your sound a bit if you don't want a lot of that stuff in there. So here it is without it. Here it is with the bass cut on. Let me try some chugs. Chugging on a telly, can it be done? Okay, then with it on. Yeah, it cleans up the bottom end a bit. We're gonna try that much more so with the heavy amp we're gonna use right now. It's gonna make more of a difference with that, I suspect. All right, I've swapped out the American Ultra Telly for my Kiesel TL70, which is still kind of a Telly, and now we're gonna try some high gain sounds. So usually when I use some kind of a boost in front of a high gain amp, it's to get rid of the flub, the shitty, flubby low end, the gross bass that comes with certain amps. For example, the Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier, represented here by the Amplitude 4 official version. And then I'm running it into the Pulse IR loader, also from Lancaster Audio, and I'm loading up one of my own cab IRs, the 1960V SM57 III. That's from the Trey Xavier cab pack. Also from Lancaster Audio. You can find links in the description where you can get that if you like. So now I'm turning the drive all the way down on the ODR-1. I'm leaving the spectrum in the middle, and then we've got the level all the way down, and we're gonna slowly turn it up to hit the front of the dual rec. Okay, when it's all the way down, you get nothing. When it's at halfway, if we turn it off, still getting a little bit extra. All the way up. It's definitely a lot more drive. Now, let's mess with the spectrum a bit. So if we turn it all the way down, it up a bit. Definitely makes it a lot juicier. Take it all the way up. All right, let's put the Spectrum back to the middle and see what happens when we hit this bass cut, now that we're using a pretty flubby high gain amp. So that's without it, and then with it. Cool. I really like the idea of a full spectrum, flat, transparent overdrive that you can smack the front of the amp with something different from a tube screamer that's gonna like narrow your tone. I use a lot of those kinds of boosts on different kinds of amps, and sometimes I want something different, and I think the ODR-1 has delivered the goods in terms of giving us a really viable alternative with a ton of really sick and unique and usable features on board, and it looks amazing. What the heck? I know I keep coming back to this, but like, look at it. I got some really great sounds out of it, and I had a great time trying the ODR-1. There are 2 links in the description below that you're gonna wanna check out. One where you can get your very own ODR-1 plugin, and another one where you can sign up to maybe win one of the 5 that I'm giving away. So you're definitely gonna wanna check that out. As always, if you haven't already, mash that subscribe button, smack the bell to join the notification squad. Drop me a like and leave a comment in the comment section below, letting me know if you thought the ODR-1 was cool. I wanna know, and I'll see you real soon.